Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of the We Only Do One Take podcast. And as always, I have the intelligent black hair,
I was going somewhere a bit different than what
brown
I thought.
hair. I'm just trying to describe you. He's got eyebrows. He's got a beard. I'm still trying to grow a beard.
It's only taken you 10 years.
At 28, I'm almost. Look at it. It's not patchy today.
I must say, your dirty pedo mustache is looking spectacular. What can I say?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome a big round of applause, Anthony,
Woo!
also known as Turch.
Kieran, thank you so much. It's so nice to actually have you back on the podcast because last episode was, as our little slogan goes, a little bit of a shit show.
Look, I think we shouldn't get bogged down on details, but I feel it's important to explain to the lovely listeners why I wasn't there. And at times there are emergencies, and one is called to duty. Called to action.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Never played it.
Duty.
Call of Duty.
I don't know. I just wanted to say duty.
I've never played it. I've never been a fan of video games.
Yep.
Which, there we go. We've lost half the listeners.
I was going to say, apparently they're an addiction now. Apparently it's real.
Yes.
I heard that. Anyway, continue.
Yes, I heard that in the... in the DSM-5, which is what they use to diagnose those things.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's in the back saying needs further consideration.
Oh, well, okay then. Problem solved.
So it'll be 18 years when they release the new version. It'll be a disorder.
Great.
I'll
I'll be sucked into virtual reality by then.
there'll be virtual reality disorders.
I can't wait.
Like
That's real. That's real meta. That's really meta.
oh, it's exciting. Imagine if we could film this and then people could watch it in virtual reality.
That would be utterly horrible. Because people could really see what our studio looks like.
This is a proper studio with proper sound equipment. Anyway, I was apologising.
Yep.
Look, emergencies are called. Someone has to go volunteer, and that's what was required of me.
Well, you're safe. You're here.
That's right.
And I just want to quickly say, because I didn't say this at the last podcast, a very big thank you to the lovely lady at Club X who helped us buy our dildos for our competition. I must say that was one of the weirdest experiences I've had in a sex shop. That was your first time, I heard.
Yes, it was my first time.
And you were amazed.
I mean, because of the internet, you don't need to go into a sex shop.
No.
But she was professional.
She was.
She was lovely. I learnt a lot.
I didn't realise, and I think a lot of people said this on the podcast last time.
I didn't realise how many people were in there.
I didn't realise that so many dildos had balls. That's something that everyone was actually quite shocked about as well when we did the test. I don't know what the results are of those tests. You'll have to watch the video, which is up on YouTube as we speak.
Oh, there you go.
But we did it, and that lady, like I said, was very helpful. She helped us get an absolute bargain.
Shaniqua, I think, was her name.
I don't... Yes. So... Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you. Not a sponsor, obviously, but thank you to the lady down at Club X. She did a fantastic...
I will do my best to get her on this podcast.
You know what? If you can get her on this podcast, that would be absolutely incredible.
I will do my best to get her on this podcast because that will be great. That would be a great podcast. We'll have to film it.
Can I just put it out there? Can you just imagine you walking? I can't imagine you just walking into a sex shop. Hi, do you remember me? I talked about my podcast. Would you like to come on my podcast?
We did talk about the podcast when we went in there.
Because it looked very odd that that two men were walking into a sex shop trying to buy the cheapest yet most different sex toys, and not be suspect. She just thought that those are two gay guys who put on this thing about a podcast. That's the fucking gayest shit. They're gonna fuck their asses so good.
Look, we should have invited her.
Well, you know what? If you can get her on this podcast, I will give you a whole $10.
really. We had previous guest Niall on this show.
Mm.
You remember Niall?
I know Niall.
Well, you know Niall.
Yep.
He won $5 off me the other day because I bet he couldn't do 20 push-ups.
I can do 20 push-ups right now.
He got to 19 and was struggling and just
Oh.
managed out of spite to get to 20.
I went to the gym today. I feel very sore. I've been to the gym today. I'm back.
Oh,
New
you're
Year's
back-
resolution.
you're
I'm
back at the
trying.
gym? Yeah,
Trying to lose
yeah.
weight. Trying to lose 400 kilos.
Mm-hmm.
Did 30 push-ups.
Yep.
So Niall, keep up. That's all I'm still saying.
I've joined a gym.
Yep.
I've actually got 2 gym memberships going at the moment.
I'm very
I
impressed.
haven't cancelled the other one.
Yeah.
But yes, booked in a personal training session. I start in 2 weeks' time.
I'm very excited.
So that's very, very exciting.
But you know what? I was coming back from the gym today, and this is my rant, right?
Oh, we've got a rant.
I'll tell you what. I'm back to work, and it's actually quiet on the roads. It's quiet on the trains. It's quiet on lots of places at the moment.
Unless you're taking Hoddle Street.
Well, don't take Hoddle Street. But something I figured out what really fucking shits me more than anything on earth, and that is poor etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you're walking down an escalator
Oh, yeah.
and
I don't generally walk down escalators.
No.
I just generally stand there and the escalator
oh, so you're
takes
part
me-
of the problem.
takes me down
You
the
are-
escalator.
You are part of the problem, my friend, because
Especially
escalators.
when I'm being annoying and I stand on the right-hand
Oh,
side.
you are the kind of person that I'm here to rant about. Get the fuck out of my way. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm trying to catch a train. You can obviously see that the train is sitting at the station and you're halfway through just standing there with all your shopping. It's always middle-aged old ladies with all their shopping.
Turch, we live in Australia. The
Oh.
train will be there in the next hour. If
That's
you miss
why
that,
I need to get on that one.
it will be in the next hour.
Jesus fucking Christ. Just stand to the left and move out of the way. And if I'm in the right lane, if you're in the right-hand side, and I'm moving far quicker than you are, move aside a little bit, just so I can get past. Because obviously, I need to catch that train far more than you do.
I just want to explain to our American listeners that the left-hand side is the slow slide rather than the right-hand side, because they're probably very confused by that.
Well, yeah. That probably.
So the
But you
right's
know what
not the
else
left and the
shits
left
me?
is the right.
People being, again, poor etiquette.
Mm.
It's like not learning which armrest you own on a plane. Very important that you know which one it is, because that's just proper practice. But it's proper practice on a public transport too.
Actually, question about the plane and the etiquette. You know the Boeing, the big jumbo jet. What's it called? The
787,
not the 747.
can't
the
remember.
A380. A380,
that's the
right.
one, yeah.
There's a new version where it's got 5 seats in the middle section.
Yep.
Okay. Now, obviously, if there's 3 seats,
Yep.
person on the window gets the window. Person in the middle gets the 2 armrests.
Yep.
Right. Person on the aisle gets the leg room, gets the leg stretch. Right. What happens if you're on that middle section with 5 seats? You're both in the middle.
Well, okay. Obviously, the two ends only get one armrest.
Yeah.
I think that the person in the middle obviously has the worst. I still think that they get both armrests
So person sitting in seat
in the middle. So
3.
yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
yeah, yeah.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely still gets two armrests because they've got the worst seat. They've got 2 people on either side.
Mm.
I think that the person objectively seats 2 and 4 are the worst seats now.
Mm-hmm.
But they must suffer because still they've got quicker access to the bathroom. So I think they only get one armrest, and that is on the respective left or right side, depending on what side of the plane they're on.
If you'd like to donate to our Patreon account, which I'll set up very soon,
Yes.
so we can avoid travelling economy.
Oh, that'd be amazing. But public transport etiquette, just quickly. I had a lady sitting on a train. Now, public transport,
Sit on the train or in the train?
in the train, on a seat.
Okay.
And she had her hand, speaking of seats, on the next seat next to her, her handbag.
Hmm.
And it was a busy train, it was peak hours, sort of coming home, and I thought, but I saw a seat with a handbag on. I thought, great, you know what? I'm taking that seat, because that was not only a great seat, but it was going forward with the train and a window seat.
Uh-huh. But she needed it for a coin purse.
Well, no. I said, look, can you please move your bag? And she goes, oh, no, my friend's coming.
Okay.
And I went, no,
I'll be your friend.
And I went,
I'll be your friend. That's what you
that's
said.
not how this works, you see. So I thought to myself, fine, two could play this game. I will sit across from you, and I will see when your friend's coming. So we stop. Now, non-Melbourneites, Melburnians,
Melburnians,
I
probably.
like it. Melburnians,
Melbourneites, yeah.
I like Melbourneites. I feel like a,
Yeah, I feel like it's a basketball team.
That's true. Melbourne Knights. There we go. Know that there's a whole bunch of train stops in the loop in the city.
Mm-hmm.
I get on Southern Cross.
I want to point out once again to our international listeners, our underground loop has 4 stations.
Five. We've got Flagstaff.
Oh, sorry. 5.
So-
4.5 stations. We've got 4.5 stations.
So speaking
Compared
of
to the London Underground has got,
Yeah.
I don't know how many, or New York has
All
got
of
how
them.
many.
All
We've
of them
got
are
we've got
underground.
4.5.
So this lady, I get on Southern Cross. The next stop is Flagstaff. No one gets on, but she still stops people from sitting down. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit rude, but maybe your friend's getting on at Melbourne Central, which is one of the biggest stations that we have. Friend doesn't get on.
Was it an invisible friend?
Or a Parliament station,
Okay.
which is the next one. And then suddenly we're outside of the loop. So now we're into the one train line out to get outside of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at the next stop, which is Jollymont, which is next to the MCG.
Yeah.
Which is
The
our big
Melbourne
sports
Cricket
stadium.
Ground.
Melbourne Cricket Ground. the
Also
big
known
sports-
as the G.
the G. Finally, her friend gets on. But it was only after they get out of the loop does his friend get on. And that is just poor, terrible, horrible etiquette. And again, it was an old lady. And I don't even know, I'm speechless because this is just frustrates me so much. Just be polite, be kind, move out of the way of people. Public transport, you didn't buy the seat. It's not like, England where you can buy a seat and keep and take the train and no one can take your seat. It's public transport. Get the fuck out of the seat. Get your bag off the goddamn seat. Oh.
Do you know what the problem is, Turch? You catch public transport.
Oh.
That is the problem.
I'm not driving in the city and paying $12 for parking. Not during peak hour. Fuck that.
Well, 12. That's pretty cheap. $12.
Oh, it's not.
I've seen places at $20, $25.
Yeah, but I can also catch the train for $7.
Yeah, but then you don't get a seat. You know what? You're
There's
too
a petrol cost on top
you're
of the $12.
too privileged
Oh.
that you think that you deserve a seat. You're young. You're fit. You're healthy.
You know what?
Let other people have
You
the
know
seat.
what? When
Tish.
I
Do you let
broke-
other people
when
have the
I-
seat? Do you let other people
Yeah, I
have the
do.
seat?
But you know what? When I broke my leg, didn't get a seat. I was on fucking crutches and I didn't get a seat. Multiple occasions. So I have no sympathy anymore. Get the fuck out of my seat. It's my seat now. I own it. Unless I'm not there, then you can have it. Because then it doesn't matter.
Well, that's right. I just drive.
Wow.
I
Wait till you're a busy, important businessman and have to get into the city every day, and then we'll talk.
I'll be taking my helicopter.
Oh, mate, every time. I tell you what, that's my ultimate escape vehicle.
I refuse to work and travel in peak hour. It's ridiculous. It slows you down.
Ugh.
You've got to wait for things. Anything before 11 a.m.
But you know
Count
what?
me out.
No,
Count me out.
The only good thing about peak hour is that you can listen to the We Only Do One Take podcast now on iTunes, available for everybody to listen to. Is that not incredible or what? So all you have to do is go to your iTunes, type in
iTunes.
We Only Do One Take podcast.
Don't even need to put the podcast part. You can just do
because
we only do one take.
And you know what comes up? The latest episodes, fresh off the press, fresh, super fresh, of our podcast straight into your ears. That is truly amazing.
That is truly amazing. And it's all brought to you by Glenfiddich 15-year-old Distillery Edition Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, which Turch and I are currently drinking
it is
right now.
spectacular.
That is Glenfiddich's 15-year-old Distillery Edition Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, 1 litre. You can get it from catch.com.au for $108 and 99 cents,
That's not bad, actually.
plus $7.50 shipping.
$750 shipping. Oh, $7.
$7.50.
Fucking hell, I actually thought I was... Anyway, I wasn't even...
9,558 reviews.
Yeah, it's a good scotch. The Glenfiddich stuff, I love it.
Let's find out who gave it 1. Let's find a winner.
I bet you there's none.
Nah, I can't find any. Anyway, I've got an article and I want to read. I got an article. Turch.
Yes.
How good are you at Scrabble?
I am actually a lot better at Scrabble than most people would think. My mum and dad are avid Scrabble players, and I don't get involved because I'm highly competitive, and 2, my mum is highly competitive and an English teacher. The problem is she plays to make cool words, and I play for points, and she doesn't like the way I play because 1, I screw her up, and 2, I play to win. And last time I played her, I beat her by 250 plus points. So,
remind me never to play you in Scrabble. I just go for hilarious words that I could make, Anyway, winner of French Scrabble Championship does not speak French.
That's pretty impressive.
Nigel Richards of New Zealand entered the French language Scrabble tournament in Belgium in July and took first place, but he doesn't speak a word of French.
That's crazy. Is this the guy, and I might be wrong, I think I read this for ages ago, it was a while ago now, but something like that, that he just memorized like the entire dictionary or something stupid like that, or did I just spoil the...
I was about to say he memorized the entire dictionary.
Oh, Anthony, on the money. Jeez, this scotch must be doing me wonders. That's amazing. But that's, you know what, that's pretty impressive because like you talk about people with really great memories and they can like, remember like a deck of cards in order and stuff like that from seeing them once and stuff like that. That's quite an accomplishment. But you know what? To remember an entirely different language, entirely different, set of words. And I guess some of them would be pretty similar to English, like croissants and stuff like that. But to remember a whole dictionary enough to play...
Croissants are delicious.
They are. To have a whole dictionary worth of words in your head that you don't know the meaning of, they have no context, but you're enough to play Scrabble and to win in a competition with native speakers of the language, that for me is far more memorization, far more skill in the memory. It must be a brilliant mind. That's all I'm saying. That's incredible.
Look, it is amazing. It is amazing. He actually said that it wasn't that difficult because he said all you had to do was remember the letter combinations. So certain combinations and then a few other things, and then you could make words.
I was gonna say it's a bit. I guess all those romantic languages like Italian and Spanish and obviously French. They're really phonetic. Like I know my parents, when they talk about spelling in Italian, they're like, apart from like a few little things here and there, like the CH sound's actually a K sound, and the CC sound, like CC together is that CH sound in English. A lot of it is really phonetic. But again, that's if you actually learn what the words are and what the words mean, rather than just remembering the letter combinations and stuff like that.
The We Only Do One Take podcast, teaching you English and French.
We try our best. Jesus Christ. How did that happen? Went from me yelling at people on a train.
A show that's educational.
I was going to say, it's me yelling at people on a train like a fucking idiot. And he's like, yes, now we're going to learn French and English and Spanish, and we're going to play Scrabble. Lovely.
Oh, dear.
That's pretty impressive. But you know what? I got an article here. And I think that we've all done this at one point. But you know what time it is more than anything? It's Trump Watch.
I love Trump Watch. Okay. We need some sound effects here for Trump Watch. We need some, like pew, 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 pew.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Boom, ping, ping, ping. Wah. Ping, clink. Hello. Bye.
I love it when you do that because now I can just cut and paste it, and now I have a whole thing. But okay, so so not too long ago, one of a man named Michael Wolff And he's an American author, an essayist, a journalist, and a regular columnist for USA Today, US Reporter, a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
He wrote a book about
Fire and Fury.
Yeah, Fire and Fury,
Fire and Fury,
came out.
yep.
Now, one of the things, something came out, and someone posted this on Facebook, and apparently it's apparently an extract from Wolf's book.
Yeah.
So let me just read it for you, the extract from the book that was posted online.
Okay.
On his first night in the White House, President Trump complained that the television in his bedroom was broken because it didn't have the Gorilla Channel. Trump seemed to be under the impression that the television channel existed that screened nothing but gorilla-based content 24 hours a day. To appease Trump, White House staff compiled a number of gorilla documentaries into a makeshift gorilla channel, broadcasting it to Trump's room from a hastily constructed transmission tower on the southern lawn. However, Trump was unhappy with the channel because they created moaning that it was boring because the gorillas aren't fighting. Staff edited out all the parts of the documentaries where gorillas weren't hitting each other, and at last the president was satisfied. On some days, he'll watch the Gorilla Channel for 17 hours straight, an insider told me. He kneels in front of the TV with his face about 4 inches from the screen and says encouraging things to the gorillas, like, the way you hit that other gorilla was good. I think he thinks the gorillas can hear him. So apparently this was an extract from Michael Wolff's book. But
first of all, I hope this is real. I really hope this is real.
So the big thing is,
because just taxpayers' funds, someone is being paid. If this is real, someone is being paid to do that. And
so
you know what? Tell me, if you weren't the president, where's your Gorilla Channel?
Oh, mate, I'm so news articles, news sites like MSNBC, Vox, CNN, Fox, and just about every other big news station in the US.
Yes.
All picked it up, this story, and stated as if this was fact, saying, look how stupid our president is. He watches the Gorilla Channel made for him by his staff. And people were sending messages to people like Netflix asking, where is the Gorilla Channel?
I just Googled something. A tweet from Netflix. Please stop calling our customer service hotline to ask if we have the Gorilla Channel.
The only issue with all of this is that this extract is fake.
You are fake news.
This person, Pixelated Boat, at Twitter, Pixelated Boat, fooled everybody.
Do journalists
86,720 hearts and 26,236 reshares as of time of this article, and over 4,000 comments for something that is completely fake. This is the best Trump news I've ever heard, and it's only the start of 2018.
Oh, dear. Well, he must be right then. It's fake
You are
news.
fake
Oh,
It
just-
is fake news. Did Fox News cover it?
It did.
Because Fox News is a Trump supporter.
Initially it did, showing, and then they said, oh, look how funny it is, these guys screwed up. Isn't that the best thing ever?
I can't believe the news. They actually fell for it.
Yes, every single site. I found this article. I was actually following this because I saw it. I'm like, this is going to be a joke. There's no fucking way. Like, you know, I know President Trump's a bit of an idiot occasionally, but got like a Gorilla Channel, 17 hours. Like, come on.
dear, that is too funny.
Oh.
Though that would be honestly, if you were paid to put gorilla.
You want me to read that bit again?
Sorry, just all right. I do a tweet right, and I make something up about Michael Wolff's thing or whatever on Facebook, and then all of a sudden, like 24,000 people have tweeted this. It's now
And the news is
agencies.
contacting you. Can I publish it? Yeah.
I would be like, where's my money?
But you think to yourself, like, these people, like, especially CNN and MSNBC and and Fox News, they would have gone, okay, well, obviously this book's about Trump. Let's look at it. And they're going to buy a hard copy or a digital copy. And the only thing I would do is get that digital copy, go Control F, search for gorilla, and see if it's true. Like that. It's literally that easy to fact check this. And none of them did it.
They want to sell. They want to sell newspapers. They want to sell newspapers. It's hard for them these days because of the internet. They can't sell newspapers.
Yeah, come on, let's everyone be Gawker, right? Let's and then we'll get sued by Hulk Hogan for releasing his sex tape. Jeez, that was a good day.
Look, you know how you've got Trump Watch.
Yeah.
We need some other theme music.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the first time I'm introducing this to the podcast.
Yep.
It's time for Florida Man.
Florida Man! Woo!
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
Which I believe the premise, correct me if I'm wrong, is every time someone stupid in Florida does something, it's Florida Man.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think I used this as one of my trivias last time I did a couple of months ago I did a trivia. And basically, I think there's a Twitter thing going on or something like that. And then basically they post anything that Florida Man does. And the joke is it's all one man doing it, but it's actually just any man in Florida. And they just, anytime they report on it, they just call him Florida Man.
Yeah.
So what's he done this week?
All right, Florida Man. Florida. You like to drink, don't you, Turch?
We're having a lovely non-sponsored, sponsored Glenfiddich 15-year-old that's $109 from that website and also $750 shipping. So yes, I do like to drink.
Florida Man allegedly called local authorities on New Year's Eve to alert them that someone was driving under the influence himself.
What a legend! What a legend! Oh, keep going, buddy. Keep going.
Michael Lester of Winter Haven, Florida, called the Polk County Sheriff's Office dispatcher, who directed officers to his location on Sunday evening. "I'm too drunk. I don't know where I'm at," Lester said to the dispatcher in an audio recording that the department posted to their Facebook. Oh, we've got to get that audio recording.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
And during the call, the dispatcher can be heard trying to direct the man to the side of the road, but he keeps telling her that he is near a police department and nothing is happening. He informs the dispatcher that he is driving a red F-150.
That's a Ferrari, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, truck. When he told the officers,
that's a Ford truck. Yeah, sorry.
Told the officers,
I know lots about cars.
"I think I'm going to get something to eat. They can just catch up with me later." When you're on the piss, you want a kebab.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's either that or he's done a nugget run.
Oh,
yeah.
McDonald's have these chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And Traj actually told me about this.
Yeah.
So I can't take the credit.
Yeah.
And you get 24 nuggets.
Yeah.
And you get honey mustard sauce. No.
Sweet and sour.
Not honey. No.
Sweet and
What's
sour.
the sauce the Big Mac comes in?
The Big Mac sauce.
Yeah, so you get the Big Mac sauce.
Yeah.
Pour it all over the chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You know what I did, and I was very horrible. I did actually try the Big Mac BLT.
Really?
Not as good as I was hoping.
Yeah, I mean, it's McDonald's.
Look, I love my bacon though.
Mm.
So the bacon was good, but
Mm.
it didn't do anything for me.
You know what you can do with the bacon? You get a bit of brown sugar. Caramelize it.
Caramelize it in the oven.
Yeah. Pour it over the bacon. Put the bacon into the oven. Let it crisp up. Then pull it out of the oven.
Yep.
Let it cool down. And then you break the bacon, right, into small little pieces. You grab some vanilla ice cream. And then you pour those bacon bits over the ice cream. Oh.
See? This is what you're missing out on, Jews. This is what you're missing out on. Right here. Your foreskins and your bacon. That's the two things that you're missing out on. Fantastic things.
The We Only Do One Take podcast, cooking edition.
Right after gourmet goreng.
I was at a party last year. There's video footage and it's so embarrassing. Don't know anyone at this party.
Yep.
And Ryan and I are going around, we've got a cooking show. It's called Gourmet Goreng to everyone at the party. And I'm going, dear God, the next day they must have woken up and gone, who are those assholes talking about Gourmet Goreng? Like,
yeah, it's like the two guys that walk into a sex shop and ask for dildos to their podcast. Am I right?
oh, dear.
Oh. Well, speaking of people calling the police, happen to have an article about someone doing just that. Have you ever been to a restaurant and you just really weren't happy with the size of the food?
Yes, I've actually got a quick story here. Have you ever been to Montserrat?
I was actually invited to a wedding there that I can't attend because I'm on a cruise. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, don't go to the wedding at Montserrat because...
Oh, wait, no. I think Jess's sister was married there. Yes, it was a lovely...
Oh, it's a lovely venue.
Yeah, it's a lovely venue.
No.
Don't go.
Look, I love going there for coffee. I got taken there for a lunch, right? And I ordered the gnocchi.
See, rookie error.
The gnocchi was delicious.
Nah, I'm going to tell you now.
The serving size
Too small.
was like not even an entree.
Yeah. I'll tell you a trick.
And it cost like $26.
I'm going to tell you a trick from Italians. My nonno's worked in the restaurant industry. He worked at Pizza Napoli, which was one of the biggest places in Melbourne for pizza back in the day, before he retired. And he goes, never order the pasta from anywhere because it's a rip-off. If you're going to go to a restaurant, never order pasta. That's like his big rule. Never order pasta. And the other big rule is, if you're far away from the ocean, don't buy the seafood.
Yes, don't buy the seafood. And don't go, what do you feel like for dinner? I think, I don't know. Do you want Chinese? No, I don't want Chinese. Let's go to the RSL. What do you order at the RSL? Chinese.
Yeah, don't do that.
Go to a Chinese restaurant.
That's right. Well, anyway, going back to my article. A man has been arrested after repeatedly calling police about restaurant small clams.
Restaurants small clams. Okay.
And funnily enough, going on this is the best coincidence ever. A man in Florida has found himself in trouble with the law after trying to report to a restaurant to police for having small clams. Nelson Augusto ordered a seafood meal at a Krabby Seafood Shack on the coastal town, but was disappointed upon seeing the size of the clams. According to the incident report, an employee warned Augusto about the size of the clams before the order, but he insisted on having the clams. After the 51-year-old received his food, he complained to the restaurant about the size of the clams in the meal. He felt that the clams were too small and called 911 to report them. In the 911 call released by the police, Augusto tells the dispatcher, I ordered something and it was extremely so small. Police arrested Augusto for summons on a misdemeanor charge of misusing 911. And they said it was an arrest, but the officer did not take the guy to jail. I mean, that's you remember that episode of The Simpsons, and Homer goes into the all-you-can-eat restaurant, the all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant, eats pretty much everything, they kick him out, and then he sues them.
'Tis no man, 'tis a remorseless eating machine. Arr.
I feel like there's going to be a second part to this Florida man story. He's going to be like, but the clams were too small. I'm going to sue them. They kicked me out of my restaurant. The police did nothing. They were abusive to me. I feel like this is just an ongoing chain of events that I would like to be.
We don't know the full story.
Oh, we don't know the full story.
We don't know the full story.
I don't know. And you know
was
what?
it all the clams he could eat?
No, it was just small clams.
Because I understand small clams, but you go to a restaurant, you expect,
But he was warned about the clams and their size.
Well, then give me more clams.
Oh, that's it.
Because they buy clams on weight.
That's true.
You know, not
right.
not on the
The quantity.
the quantity. It's on the weight. So you give him more clams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's a case.
Or maybe they're small because it's the off season,
Yeah, it could be.
and then they're more expensive, so they can't give him more. It's all about a balancing act. I'm all about the freedom for restaurants to choose what type of clams and the price that they sell them at. And I think that calling the cops on them may have been a bit extreme. And now he's got a misdemeanor on his thing. So when he goes into job interviews and says, "Do you have any criminal history?" He's like, "Yes, I have a misdemeanor because I called the police because my clams are too small at a restaurant."
Hi, that man.
That's a man that looks like he can get stuff done. So give us something juicy, delicious, and possibly very racist, Kieran.
What a segue.
I've been planning it for weeks.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Getting prepared here, people.
Yeah. If you see all this shuffling of papers, because Kieran's actually prepared for the first time ever with paper, and that's like, I'm impressed. You should
thank you.
see, we're actually really organized now. We're actually getting quite good at this. Did I let you know, quickly, just let you know before we talk about this. We've got over 100 listens on SoundCloud at the moment.
Do we have over 100?
I think last check I did was about 109 to about 112 or something like that. So over 100, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Well, to our 112 listeners,
At least.
well,
It could be just 3. Just re-listening over and over. But to those 3, thank you everyone that's listened so far. We want to get this off the ground. We want to get this
I
going.
think it's top heavy towards the first episode.
It probably is. It always is.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think the Christmas episode actually got quite a few listens.
Well, that's good.
But the episode with Blaine,
Yep.
not as many.
Okay.
So the lizard people one, people should step up.
Yep.
That's a good episode.
I feel like the listeners go up when I talk about my digestive issues. Which
Too many small clams.
a digestive issue update. All good this week.
That's really good to hear.
As long as I stay away from the cheese, we're fine. I've been going to the cricket.
You haven't even invited me yet, so I'm very disappointed, but continue.
You don't like cricket?
I'll still go with you.
Okay.
It's like you came to the soccer with me.
Yeah, that's right.
It was just about drinking.
a bunch of uni mates. We've got a season pass.
Oh, lovely.
Season pass to the cricket, right?
And this is the 2020.
This is the 2020.
So in
this
Australia, you've got to explain for our international guests.
Well, I want to point out, right, soccer is fast-paced.
To a degree.
Yeah,
Depending on the teams. But yeah.
it's generally,
Yeah, it's all right. It's good. I like it.
Basketball's fast-paced.
Yeah.
Cricket is slow.
Yeah.
Right, goes on for days. And so they brought in the T20 to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so to make it fast-paced, it can still be very slow
Yeah.
and boring. Right. But sometimes it's very fast and interesting.
Mm.
And the other week it got a bit fast and interesting. A player called Cameron White
Yep.
was batting. And he hit a ball, and it got 4 points. Right? He got a boundary.
Yep.
So he gets four runs. 4 runs for the team. Okay? And
cricket.
yeah. And
Keys and stuff.
this player, the spectator stood up, and he verbally said "white power" while doing the hand action from his heart, from his chest, and saluted.
No, I happened to see this footage.
Right. Yeah.
And I did see him, and again, the guy's name was Cameron White, and it was a good ball.
Mm.
Like, I'm not a cricket guy, but I could tell it was a good hit because everyone was giving him a round of applause. And I did see the guy in bright orange, and I felt like he was
bright red.
Like red?
Bright
He
red.
had an orange face because I was like, he looked like an Oompa Loompa. And he did give what I would call definitely a Nazi kind of salute, which is
Well, yes, right,
he did seem to say, more miming anyway, white power.
yes. We can't orderly hear he said
No.
white power, but that's basically when you rip lead. That's what he said. Anyway, he's got in a bit of trouble, a bit of strife about this.
Yeah.
Right, because some people are not happy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the TV cameras were on him right at that moment when he did it. If the video cameras weren't on him, no one would have known.
I was going to say, it's pretty amazing that out of everyone in the crowd, they found the one guy next to his two mates that happened to do the white, like the Nazi salute.
Well,
it's pretty amazing.
I actually would have been on TV.
Really?
Because I sit 2 rows behind him.
No way.
I sit 2 rows behind him, and I was at a wedding.
Yeah.
Right, that night in 40 degrees as well.
Ugh.
I was at a wedding, so I would have been on TV if I was not at the wedding.
Next to the guy doing the
I would have
Nazi
been. I would have been the guy. I would have been on that footage.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Man, that's something we could put on the podcast.
And my friend who was there, her knee is in the footage.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's appropriate that her knee needs to send out a statement saying
Absolutely.
she condones it. Her
Yeah.
knee does not support it.
Yeah.
Her knee's very disappointed. Anyway, so I sit behind him, and there's actually about 10 of them
Yeah.
that sit there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just sit there. And look, you could argue that like what he did was disrespectful.
Yeah.
Some could argue free speech. He should be allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Some are going to say, no, it's disrespectful, right? The police got called into this incident, got official warning, he apologised. He manned up and apologised.
Yeah, look,
right?
I think I read, like, you said you might do something about this. So I thought I'd a bit of a read about it. So I didn't actually see it initially. I sort of saw it in the background. I thought I'd have a bit of a read about it. Because I'm like, that's pretty ballsy to do, like, out of nowhere. Because, like, I obviously didn't know, I'm not a big cricket person, so I don't really know the players' names, and I don't really know, and I didn't understand. I just thought, like, I just saw the headline that said, like, man in crowd does Nazi salute or something. Actually, they said white supremacist salute, which is pretty interesting. It's like, it's not. It's like a Nazi salute. And were they white supremacists, I can sort of see where that's going, but I would probably stick to, don't misname it as a Nazi salute to Hitler. I mean, But then reading on, like you said, like the guy who hit the 4 run or the 4 is named Cameron White. And I can understand where this guy is coming from, saying, oh, white power. Probably the wrong gesture to do it. But I can understand because, from a cricketing thing, like, he's if the guy's last name was Black, I'm sure he would have said black power.
Potentially. He
Yeah.
potentially could have said that. But I'm the thing I'm disappointed about. He did a statement and he said he wants to stamp out this kind of behaviour.
Yeah.
And I thought, number one, you hypocrite. And number two, no, because I really enjoy sitting behind you at the cricket because the shit you yell at the players is fucking hilarious.
Oh. But the sledging
He's got people. I mean, these are in their opposition. These are Australian cricketers, right?
Yep.
And there's always one that always comes near the boundary, right, or whatever. And the banter's, it's nothing too serious.
Yeah.
But it's like
But the banter's important in sport. Like, I know, like...
And they can hear
Of
him.
course they
And they're
can.
like, give us a wave, Scotty,
Yeah.
or whatever. And then they're like, whatever. They're like, hey. And then, like, if they field or they drop the ball or whatever, everyone laughs and shit.
I guess it's like, I mean, I haven't been to too many footy games, but like even at the footy, you can hear the fans get a bit angry at the players. And in soccer, I mean, you talk about the two cheer squads. I mean, you've come to a soccer game with me. You haven't been to a derby down in Melbourne, but I should take you because the cheer squads are at each other's throats. I mean, they're talking like they'll chant one way and then chant the other, and
It's a bit of the culture back and forth.
Yeah, and that sort of brings the atmosphere to the game. And then, look, sometimes it can be a bit vulgar, a bit rude, a bit raunchy, but that's what I guess that's what I guess. I know it sounds pretty horrible and some people are going to disagree with it, but, you go to the sport mostly with your bunch of mates, and your mates are probably cunts, just like our mates. And we're going to say some pretty shit, and we're going to play, look, there's no excuse for it. I think that, obviously there are some limits because people are going to get offended no matter what you say. But I don't think in this case, and I think this is really important, I don't think he meant it to be malicious. And I don't think that in this case that anyone's going to look at him at a cricket match and go, you know what we really need to do? Gas Jews. Like, no one's going to do that by
No,
seeing
of course
him.
not.
And going on that, like, I actually read about this. I'm like, it actually brings me to a new an article that I read ages ago, and some things actually come out of it now. Have you ever heard of a man named Count Dankula?
Count
Dankula.
Dankula.
Yes.
No, I've never heard of a man called Count Dankula.
He's got a YouTube channel. That's not his real name, but his YouTube name is Count Dankula. And about a year and a half ago, he created a video and put it up on YouTube. And it's only like 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long or something. But basically, his partner bought a dog, a pug. He's a Scottish bloke. His partner bought a pug.
Yeah.
And he actually didn't like the pug at all. So he thought, what's the most horrible thing that he could do? And the thing he taught the dog to do, as he describes in the video, to get at his girlfriend, was to teach the dog to raise its paw every time he said, Hail Hitler. And every time that he says, gas the Jews, that was like him giving him a treat. So, you know when dogs, like you say treat, they get really excited, or like say, like,
Yeah.
So if he said, do you want to gas the Jews? This dog would just light up.
Yeah.
You know, and also, again, he would say, Hail Hitler, and the dogs would try to do like a paw shake, but it just looked like he was doing a bit of a salute.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Scottish government found out about this, and he's actually been tried in court for hate crimes against Jews, or against,
And this was in his own house, right?
in his house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the video he uploaded to YouTube. It's a couple of minutes. It's actually really funny. Like, the pug doesn't know what's going on. And I've heard an interview with him later on. He goes, the hard bit is untraining the dog.
Yeah, and it's
do
operant conditioning.
Yeah, that's right, And he goes, his girlfriend found it really got annoyed, but found it funny. So there was no harm done. But apparently that's incited, according to the government at least, incited people to join the Nazis or the neo-Nazis, because he trained this dog to do the Nazi salute and get up when it says gas the Jews. And he's actually been tried in court recently. And
what happened?
Well, for a while, it was thought that he would spend up to 10 years in jail for teaching a dog how to do this, which is ridiculous. Right, as of now, I think like no charges have been get up against him, but I think there's a continuous court trial. But I could be wrong. I haven't looked at it in the last couple of days because it's all going to stuff now. But I feel like it's the same sort of thing. Like, this guy and the guy in the crowd both didn't mean harm. Like, all of it was either a joke or support. Like, in this guy's case, he was supporting that player.
Yeah.
Possibly the wrong hand signal. If he just said white power without the hand signal, would it have been as bad?
Probably, I don't know.
And that's the question. Like, where does the line? Is it because of the hand gesture? Is it because he said white power? Or is it because it's the combination? Or, so for me, again,
it's got to come down to intent.
And that's what
intent.
Yeah. And he didn't intend. He meant this as a nice thing towards the player. Okay, look, the guy that taught the dog how to do the Nazi salute to annoy his girlfriend, possibly a little bit malicious, but it wasn't malicious in the sense that we should go recruit more Nazis. It was, I'm going to really annoy my girlfriend, which for me is the high. I try to annoy Jess.
No!
As much as I fucking can. Like, that for me is like a goal in life. Like, if you have a partner, every guy does this, annoy the shit out of your girlfriend as much as you possibly can. And that for me would be the pinnacle. That is the pinnacle of annoying your girlfriend.
Yeah, right.
Right? So obviously malicious to her, but she took it on good, she took it in stride. But to go this far, and like people getting upset about things because it's such a small, bullshitty kind of thing. Like, fuck off. Like, who cares? Like, if it wasn't caught on camera, no one would have cared. If he didn't do the hand gesture, probably no one would have cared. And at the end of the day, he's not inciting violence. He's not saying to go kill Jews. He's not saying to go do anything. He's just there supporting a guy at the cricket. And it's, you know, and like you can say all these like, you know, is it hate speech? Is it that? But like, it's all about context. It's context and intent.
It is all about context. And I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. At your work, right? You're going on a bit of a tangent here.
That's all right.
At your work, do you have a shortage of teaspoons, forks, or spoons?
Nah, see, this is the trick. You bring your own.
Right, but
I have a desk, so I keep shit on my desk.
But you bring your own. But is there a shortage?
I don't know because I have my own. This is like saying, "Hey, did you run out of sticky tape?" No, I buy my own. No. Do you ever run out of?
You're no help to me.
Yes, Kieran, I'm running out of teaspoons at work and forks.
Where I go, there's always no forks.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton of spoons, an average amount of knives, teaspoons, I don't know, and there's always like no forks.
Yeah.
Right. I went to eat my lunch today. No forks.
Yeah.
Right. I found an article.
Yeah.
Some researchers did an experiment. And it's called The Case of the Disappearing Teaspoons, a longitudinal cohort study of the displacement of teaspoons in Australian research institutes.
Why are we funding this? You know, you're talking about the government getting some real, like, you know, wasting cash. What the fuck are we funding at these universities? Jesus Christ.
70 discreetly numbered teaspoons.
They want people to pay for their degrees, and they're doing this. You once told me that professors have to get their names on 10
articles a year.
articles a year. This is one of those articles.
Yes. 70 discreetly numbered teaspoons placed in tea rooms around the institute and observed weekly over 5 months.
Did they attach GoPros on them so they could...
Results. No, listen to this. 80% of the 70 teaspoons, so 56 of the 70 teaspoons, disappeared during the study. In 5 months, they were gone.
Yeah. That's sad.
Where do they go? Where do they go?
You know what? Do you ever find that...
It's like socks. You
Yeah,
put
I was
socks
gonna
in the
say, it's
washing
like socks in the
machine,
washing
and then
machine.
you never have the matching socks.
I think socks just sort of disappear. Like, I just think that they purposely... You know that Seinfeld skit that's like, I'm hiding in the washing machine, and then they try to sneak out. You know?
Look, the point of the thing is, if you have 140 people
Yeah.
at your organisation,
Which I do.
Yeah.
At least.
right?
I hope
Well,
so.
each year, based on this study, each year 250 teaspoons will need to be purchased to counteract the displacement of teaspoons.
That's insane. No, I don't...
It's right there.
I think that all these professors and uni students have gone, ooh, free teaspoon. I'm going to take this bad boy home because I don't have any in my apartment that I'm renting with 8 other blokes because I'm poor as shit because I'm only working 3 days a week. I think that might be subtly
Do you
more
reckon
the
they're
case.
selling them on eBay? They're probably selling
They're
them.
probably keeping them from themselves and then their mates nick them and bring them to their work. I'm sure. I reckon if they at a university put like a Latrobe one in there, for instance, I reckon it would make its way around to Deakin.
we need to make our own cutlery sets. We only do one take.
You know that? Wait. You know these memorial spoons you can get? I want. We only do one take podcast memorial spoons, and we'll give them out to guests. Put it on the list. We
going on
need
the
a
list.
Patreon to start the spoons. In fact, if you donate $25 to our Patreon a month, you will get a limited edition. We only do one take podcast commemorative, signed by Kieran, signed by me, spoon.
Ooh.
$50.
Oh, $50?
$50 for
Get 2.
Yeah.
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 And a personalized message from one of us. Recorded.
It'll be from you, Turch. It will not be from me.
Hey! Thank you. That's
I'm
just
not that organised. We should do...
Speaking of people getting outraged, Jesus, I could have ranted for years. Why'd you give me scotch? Thank you to our non-sponsor sponsor.
15-year-old scotch.
It's really good. It's really good. I could probably have some more, but I do have to drive home. So I'm
Don't do what Florida Man did.
Yeah, well. Hey, buddies.
You know they can triangulate where you are.
Yeah, I
When
know.
you're
My
in-
dad, who works in telecommunications, tells me all the time.
All the time? How often
Yeah.
does he tell you? Once a week? Twice a week?
You have
3
no,
times?
you know what? My dad's the kind of guy that we're driving down the road and
Mm.
he'll be like, "See that antenna on that roof?" And be somewhere we haven't been before. I put that antenna on the roof. That's my dad.
Do you know, I've spoken to him a few times. I have no idea what he does. I know your mum's a teacher.
Yep.
No idea what your dad does.
He's in
Does he listen to the podcast?
No, I just told him today that we're on iTunes, which if you just search up for "We Only Do One Take" on iTunes, you can listen to it for free. And he was like, "That's really impressive. How'd you do that?" Like, that's like, oh, I don't know, Dad. Don't even ask questions. But seriously, yeah, he works in
Maybe we should get him on as a guest.
Oh, I would love to. Would you like to?
I would
He
love
would.
to have
He
him
would
on.
have to get shit-faced drunk.
Yeah. Well, you can drive him.
Yeah, I know. Can I make him rant about religion?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
3-hour special. Here we
Jesus
come.
Christ, yeah. The Turch Alley special. the worst episode we've ever had.
I think this has been the first one where we've not talked about, apart from me passing out.
Yeah.
Having an emergency.
Yep.
Yep.
Emergency nap.
When Judy calls.
Oh.
Judy calls. What was that? This is, I think, the first time we haven't talked about religion.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Well, look, let's just talk about something else that people get outraged about.
Okay.
And, you know when people get outraged about, like, look, I'll rant about public transport. I'll rant about this and that. I'll talk about a whole bunch of bullshit that's probably insignificant.
What about skid marks on the toilet?
Yeah, look, just wipe it down, people. It's fine.
Mm.
Piss it off. It gives you something to aim, I guess. Something to aim at. But you know what? Sometimes, like, I think to myself, yeah, okay, look, I've got a podcast that over 100 listens.
I'm doing great in the world.
Yeah.
You know,
That's pretty good. Like, someone's listening to my problems. But I never go and think to myself, I saw something and I'm going to take it to the news. Like, I saw a lady put a handbag on a train, take it for a couple of stops. But this deserves to be on the news. But this lady, again, it's always like middle-aged, slightly, that age group of women.
Mm.
And this woman was complaining that a fashion retailer, Misguided, that's the brand, put a sexist washing machine instruction inside her daughter's hat.
A sexist washing machine
Instruction
guide.
Yeah.
Did they buy a washing machine?
No. So her daughter bought this beanie,
Okay.
and it's just a beanie.
Okay.
It probably costs way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, a beanie should cost a couple of bucks, not $20, $30, $40. What the
Yeah.
fuck's that going on?
Maybe we should get our own beanies. The We Only
We're doing
Do
the
One
spoons
Take
first.
podcast beanies. And in fact, if you send us $20, you'll get your own We Only Do One Take podcast beanie.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Kieran.
I'm writing it down.
Oh, here we go. But anyway, so this woman, so the child bought this beanie,
Mm-hmm.
gave it to the mum, and said, "Hey, mum, can you wash this beanie for me?" And she read it's like, "Oh, mum, there's actually some instructions in the beanie to wash it. Can you do it?" And
How old was the girl?
like the girl was 13 and the mum was 51 from memory. Something like that.
Okay, because I was going to say, if she's like, 21.
Yeah.
Do your own goddamn
Yeah.
washing.
So I've actually got a picture of the tag. Do you want to read out the tag? What does it say?
All right, here we go. All right, so 100% acrylic. I don't know, probably not acrylic. There's some signs on there, so a few crosses. All right, I'm reading that part there.
No, the bottom bit.
The bottom bit, okay, all right. I can see the beanie. It looks like it's a nice beanie. Looks like it's a good beanie. ... Or give this to your mum. She'll wash it.
Now look, I get outraged at some real bullshit sort
That's
of
a
stuff.
tag. That's not an instruction booklet.
Yeah, it's an instruction, like instruction in the hat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And look, I get upset about some bullshit, but this is like.
Why are you washing a beanie? Why are you washing a beanie? How much do you sweat? You've got to wash your
She's
beanie.
full of hormones. She's 13.
Then don't wear a beanie if you're sweating.
But she wants to be cool and hip with the kids.
Because she'll wash it, they'll get put in the dryer, it'll
Oh.
shrink, it won't fit.
I like this. How's this? I understand it was probably a joke, but I think it's quite insensitive, especially in this day and age. It isn't the 60s anymore. I'm sure that there are a lot of men and dads who admit they also help with the washing. It isn't something to be embarrassed about.
You know what? That is an empirical question.
Oh.
And every time we have a guest on the show now,
Yeah.
we're going to ask them, do they do their own washing? We're going to collect data.
Well,
No, we're not going to do that. It's going to take too much work.
I was just going to say the only thing is most people are going to say yes unless of two things. One, they live with a partner,
Yep.
or two, they still live at home.
Do you do your own washing?
Yes, I absolutely do. I even do my own ironing. We did my own ironing
No
for
way.
ages. Of course I do.
How do you do your ironing?
Professionally,
Oh, okay.
neatly.
I just do mine the standard way.
How's that?
Standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Check
do-
this out. Check
I
what
do
I've
mine
drawn.
standing.
Hey.
I actually kind of like the beanie design. So Kieran has drawn a look.
I'll take a photo and we'll put it up.
Yeah,
We'll
put
it
it
up.
up. Put it up. I'm gonna look. He's drawn a what could be described as a teaspoon, and that's not what I would have done. But that's so good. It's really good. A spoon, and it does say we only do one take podcast on it. And he's also drawn. I could only say a protractor without anything on it and a ruler underneath. That's the same. It's the same diameter as the protractor. And is also written in the box of the ruler. We only do one take podcast, but I'm pretty sure that is a beanie. They're both limited editions.
Oh, we can even get caps.
We can do whatever we want. We just got to have the money from our Patreonies.
Patreonies. That's right. And in fact, I'll be in Vietnam soon, so I'll be able to get this made.
No way. That's it. Fucking hell. This is the greatest thing ever.
Excellent.
Anyway, so apparently this lady just complained, and she just said, there might be people out there who might not have mums or parents who can do their washing for them, so this is just extremely insensitive. Now, look, you know what? Unless it's just saying you have to give this to your mum because, because mums have to do the washing in the household. Like that would be insensitive. That would be stereotypical. That would be all those words, all that bullshit. But this is just a joke. Like I think the Top Gear ones had it as well. Like I said, I think the Top Gear ones used to say, "Oh, just give it to your wife." Like I'm pretty sure those T-shirts had them in there like years ago.
Oh, right.
I
Okay.
could be wrong. But I remember seeing like a joke tag, and it's like it's just funny. It's like a joke. Like the thing is. In the years I've been doing my washing, I've never looked at those tags. So
I am. I don't look at tags.
No.
I think tags are annoying.
yeah.
I think they get in the way,
Oh,
and especially they can itch your neck.
you know what? Have you ever bought a business shirt?
Yes.
I can go on a rant about this too. I'll tell you what, I'm in a fucking ranting mood. You know what really shits me? You buy a brand new shirt, ready to go. You think, yeah, this is great. It comes in that beautiful plastic packaging, and it looks like it looks neat. It's all folded, and then you undo the plastic, and it's just fucking a mess of shit inside your fucking shirt. Like it's got the paper under the collar, and
Yeah.
the paper, and then the clips are clipped. And then you unfold, you take all the shit out of the paper underneath, and then it's what the fuck's left? This crinkled shirt that now I have to iron.
Do you know how I get around that?
If you fucking
I
say
can-
if you fucking say putting the shirt next to you in the shower to get the steam, I swear to God I'm gonna punch you in the face.
No, I'm gonna do that. And this is a tangent. Someone said put it in the dishwasher. Anyway, rather than the washing machine.
No, don't do that.
I've never tried it. No. Do you honestly, how I get around that? Simple
Yeah.
problem. Tailor-made shirts.
Yeah, but you still have to iron them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as you take it out of the package.
No, TaylorMade shirts don't come in packages.
Yeah. Okay. You got me there. But for convenience. Understand. Actually, we should go to Vietnam and get some TaylorMade shirts. I'd say we only do one podcast on the collar.
lady has got my measurements, so now I just have to order online. Sent on over.
Yeah, she's very happy that she's got your measurements.
If you've never been over there,
Yep.
to get TaylorMade clothes, it is an experience.
That's something that's on my bucket list.
It is an experience,
But
especially if you've been riding a bicycle in the hot sun
shaved.
and
Shaved?
then and then your tour guide's like, okay, we're gonna get your TaylorMade clothes because we're leaving tomorrow, and you walk in and you stink.
Yeah.
Like there's no tomorrow, and they're very professional. They're very professional.
Yeah. How do you say deodorant in the language? Do you know?
Don't know.
Don't know. Good.
All I know is you yell Emma, and then the
Emma.
yeah, Emma, and then you yell Emma when you're like eating somewhere, and then like the waiter comes over.
And then you just say, "Could I please have a beer?"
No, it's true because Emma means like not less than. Emma means like younger person.
Oh, really?
Because you know how they look after the elders.
Yeah.
So like an older will yell like Emma.
Incredible.
So there, that's my Vietnamese. That's what I know.
That's pretty good. when I did go to Bali, I learned one word, and I think I learned "thank you very much" or something like that, but like the slang version of it. And I was saying it everywhere, and I was like, "Bam!" Like look at this, like that, and it was really cool. And now I've totally forgotten what it is. But Jess used to piss us off laughing every time because I'd just be like, say this word, and they'd be like, and I'd be like, yeah, that's right. But then again, someone did say that I looked like Osama bin Laden's brother at the time because I had a giant beard. So, you can't win them all. You can't win them all.
No, you can't. You can't. Well, I think this has been a great show.
This has been a fantastic
This
show.
has been an excellent show.
I can't believe we got through it. We even did something serious. That never happens.
I know. That's unbelievable. Yes.
Well, firstly, we'd like to say this with episode 7, we'd like to thank everybody for listening so far.
Yes.
And now, very exciting, we are on iTunes, and we'd like to make sure that we do get around. So please spread this around with your mates.
Share it around. That's right.
Yeah, share it around. If you see a post, give us a like.
That's it.
Comment, rate, subscribe. Do whatever you want. Send us naked pictures if you're really feeling special.
Which is fine by me.
Yep.
Because you basically read them all.
Yes.
Have we got anything that's been sent to us yet?
We had 2 comments.
Yes.
And both were very positive. One you actually responded to, funnily enough. So there you go.
Oh, there you go. I have responded.
You have responded, so it's good so far. But like I said, we are on iTunes. We are on on SoundCloud.
That is bloody amazing.
I worked hard.
Bloody amazing. That's how. Do we know how many listeners we've had?
All I said, it's only the SoundCloud things at the moment, but we are on
popularity is 0.
0. That's good.
Popularity.
I literally only got updated today. I think about 4 hours ago. So I can't say, but it's finally all up there. It's up on things. So it's up on iTunes. Again, just search for We Only Do One Take Podcast. Put us in your RSS feed and get updates as soon as they come out. Like us on Facebook because we do post. We're going to be posting a whole bunch of really cool, exciting, sexy, raunchy photos.
Yes.
And some of the behind the scenes sort of stuff here. There will be a video on YouTube because we do have a YouTube account now.
We do, yes, that's right.
With the first 5 episodes available to listen to if you want to listen to it there, but also a video of our Phillip Island special, our dildo challenge.
Which once again, I have to apologise. There was an emergency and I was called away, which is a shame because I really wanted to be there for that challenge.
But that's okay. We'll do another challenge.
We'll do another challenge.
We'll do another challenge. And if you'd like to think of another challenge, please drop us a line. Like I said, Kieran, thank you so much for another amazingly fantastic episode.
That's okay.
And guys, we'll see you next Thursday.
It's weird because there's no ending.